What's up, folks? How we doing? We are bringing you guys the 2025 Nevada State Disc Golf Championship, presented by MVP Sports. Me, Justin Johnson, and my co-commentator, James Bright-Dumm.
Jimmy John Jeans.
Jimmy John Jeans. Jimmy John Jorts on a steamy day, but... so yeah, we are at Zephyr Cove Disc Golf Course, #1 course in Nevada. Beautiful, gorgeous course, as you guys can see.
One of the most scenic courses in the world, I think.
Tied for first place, we have Jedd Berger, new and upcoming disc golfer out of Carson City, Nevada, 995 rated.
Yeah, Brian Peterson out of Sparks, Nevada, I believe. Sierra Tahoe Series staple. Tristan Cook.
Gotta watch out for this kid, man. He comes on a tear when he comes up here. Shaved head. He's showing that off.
Yeah, the fresh haircut for Tristan. Nate Toutolmin was kind of roasting me for having my pants tucked into my socks during round 2, but generally a pretty nice guy.
I tell you what, I saw the eagle on 6. It was crazy.
And Max Meyer, one of my favorite disc golfers to watch. Incredible, smooth backhand form.
I think anyone around here who watches this kid play, I mean, I moved here recently, and watching that kid throw, it sounds like a missile coming out of his hand. It's insane. So this will be fun to watch.
Yeah, he'll be throwing a mid-range on a lot of driver holes, driver-only holes for people.
We're all throwing destroyers. He's throwing a hex.
Yeah.
So hole 1, it's a straight 306. It does not play 306. I would say anywhere from 350 to 360 through a tunnel.
Yeah, and I think getting over some of these early rocks is going to be one of the biggest challenges of this hole, which Jedd does nicely there. Gets it kind of low on the left side. Should have a birdie putt there.
And the line that Bryan was going for there, I've taken that before too. There's kind of a sneaky flex line for people that don't throw as far like me, where I have to flex the whole disc out to get around. So I can kind of see where that play was. Yeah, Tristan's going to be very dominant on the forehand, as most people know. That is just kind of his game, and it clearly works pretty well.
Yeah, Nate maybe lining up a hyzer here, I think. Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen this play too much, but yeah, there's a few different options on this hole for sure.
There really is. I would say the ideal is to kind of just send it down the middle here. If you land low left, you kind of hit those rocks and have an uphill putt. You don't have to worry about too much. You know, it's a confident one to run.
Yeah. Max leaking a little bit right there. And this can be a tricky spot. Manzanita's been getting taller every year, so throwing out of some of these bushes, you kind of have to do like a high release backhand or forehand sometimes.
And that if you don't hit that initial gap, it gets tricky off to that left side trying to get up there.
Yeah, I think that's a theme on this course, honestly, is hitting an initial gap, which are generally pretty forgiving, but if you do miss the initial gaps, it can be really tricky to scramble for par on some of these holes. Oh, Nate really did get up here. Wow, maybe the hyzer is the play.
Oh. Yeah, if you have an arm like Nate, I could see that hyzer play working. You won't catch me doing that. There we go. Played with Max round 2. He's been, honestly, it was one of the greatest putting performances I've seen from him recently.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Uncharacteristic miss from Tristan, I would say. Generally a pretty solid putter.
Yeah. It's funny, too. I was practicing putting with Tristan before this, and he's always been a straddle putter and has done very good with it. But he said in the offseason he's going to try and trickle in the straddle putt and might be switching that around a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's another aspect of this course is you're going to have a lot of awkward stance putts where you maybe have a forced straddle or a forced stagger putt where you kind of have to take what the ground gives you with putting on this course a lot, I would say.
That you wouldn't think it, but those manzanita bushes really take a play into that.
Yeah, and so Jedd able to pick up the only birdie on hole 1 there. Or extending his lead. Yeah, Jedd was in the lead to start.
Yeah, I want to say, okay, yes, he was in the lead going into this.
But yeah, Jedd taking an early kick. Tristan with
good shot, yeah. You know, he's level ground up there. I feel like most of the time, right-hand, backhand players, you're throwing a hyzer and landing a little low and then putting up at the basket. So Tristan's kind of level with that putt that he has up there. Max just, gosh, that's insane.
Max probably throwing a hex as normal.
Wow, that's a great shot.
Yeah.
Peterson going forehand here. Okay. I feel like I don't see many people throwing the forehand on this. It's kind of like a backhand turnover push.
It's a really steep uphill hole. To get a forehand all the way to level with the basket it takes a lot of power, even though this is, again, maybe 357 total distance, but gonna play more like 450, to be honest.
Yeah, one of the longer playing holes on this course, without a doubt. Ooh, and a good bid from Nate there. Like I said, most people are landing, down low like that. You're not going to have this even putt that Tristan has right here. And he gets that one up and in compared to hole one. Good putt, Tristan.
Yeah, great putt. Great recovery putt after missing that short-ish putt on hole one.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a disappointing miss after a great drive.
There you go. Yeah, I'd be interested to see if you actually did throw a hex on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not super familiar with any of these players' bags, but I know Max throws a hex on a lot of holes.
Yeah, either that or a Berg.
Yeah.
If I'm throwing a mid, he's usually throwing a Berg, and then if I'm throwing a destroyer, he's usually throwing a hex.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how that goes.
Yeah.
Kind of break down his play for
If
you.
he's throwing anything T-bird or above, I'm playing the hole for par.
All right, another tricky one. This course is in general, from me and Jimmy playing a lot, the first 6 holes you really just kind of want to get through, and then the course opens up a lot more and is a lot more scoreable once you get past those first 6 holes.
Yeah, and that's a great shot from Tristan. Getting up into those rocks is really about as good as you can ask for on this hole. There's that early group of rocks. Jedd does it easily.
Yeah,
but another group of rocks just short of the basket that makes parking this hole tricky.
Absolutely. Yeah, many times you think you throw a great shot and you get up and you're 40 feet short because you hit those rocks and bounce back. So
yeah, you got to sort of expect to make a tricky putt sometimes. Yeah, you see a lot of our bigger throwing right-hand, backhand throwers taking this hyzer line. I think Tristan went up the middle with the forehand, which is another good option, but a little tighter gap.
yeah, I mean, I know me. I go flex up the middle. I'm not getting it up there with the hyzer. So
yeah, with your arm speed, you want to make the hole as short as possible.
All right, Jim.
It's okay. I take the same gap. Okay, and yeah, maybe seeing some nerves out of our lead card in these first couple holes. Few short putts missed.
Yeah, putt, Jedd.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 down through 3 is a great start.
Yeah. Kind of tough to say that you just want to get through the first 6 holes when he's 2 down through 3 already.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of another thing I think about this course is there's a lot of, you can birdie every hole here. It doesn't feel like it sometimes. There's a lot of bogeyable holes, but really you want to attack this course, like if you start being intimidated by some of these uphill holes, then you're going to have a longer day at Zephyr Cove versus if you start seeing every hole as a birdie hole. I think that's what you want to approach this course with an aggressive mindset, I think.
Absolutely. And man, I wish that would have stayed over, because I really, as somebody who's dominantly righty backhand, this is definitely a flex forehand hole the way that it lines up. Let's see if Jedd can execute here. That looks good.
That's a good
Turned
line.
over.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, that's that one tree that's sort of in that forehand or lefty backhand line that you have to beat. Nobody really going for the backhand. There is a sort of a backhand left to right drifting shot up the middle. Maybe we'll see it out of Max here.
You really, if you're going to go backhand, you got to hit high in that gap right there.
Yeah, Max.
Which if he would have just been right of that would have been great. That would have been cool to see where that landed.
But yeah, the backhand's a little bit riskier here. Sort of where that tree is that everybody's trying to beat. You can it's downhill to there. So if you kick left off of that tree, you can actually find OB left.
Yes, which I did, and I would like to say, sorry, Sketchy D.
Yeah.
I wish you drove an SUV because I hit off the top of your car and shot out of bounds.
Yeah, the slammed Camry was not high enough to keep your disc in bounds.
Pretty disappointed that you didn't have Clyde the Glide out there. Clyde the Glide would have kept that thing in bounds.
Clyde would have for sure kept Justin's disc in bounds, but you actually made a great bogey save on this hole. I'll give you props for that.
Yeah, it was risky little shot right there, but
yeah, this hole's another one of. There's a few holes in this course that are almost tweeners, just super bonus twos if you can get them, but otherwise taking a 3 on some of these holes is just a totally fine score.
Yeah, great putt from Peterson from there for par. I'm sure he's very happy with that hitting early like he did.
Yeah.
There you go, Max.
Yeah.
Tristan almost looking like he's switching to that staggered putt that I was talking about.
Yeah, sometimes on these putts with really steep slopes, it's just whatever footing you can find balance with is how you have to putt it. It's like a straddle is going to feel really awkward on some of these putts. Stagger is going to feel awkward on some of these putts. You just have to kind of feel out whatever is going to keep you balanced and then putt from that stance.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so many times I stagger putt and there's manzanita in the way, and you have to step out and do a straddle putt and just kind of have to play the course for the spots that you land in.
Yeah.
All right, this is the more orthodox play. This is another hole that is not an easy birdie by any means. 347. To me, it feels like it plays 500. I've never even been close to pin high on it. So kind of getting up there early left, or if you fade out a little bit early left, it gives you a little bit more of an open chance at the basket. It'll be interesting to see. See, that's a great shot right there. Oh, but a bad kick down there to the right where him and Tristan are going to be. So we'll see how that is coming up. It's not easy down there by any means.
Yeah. Really smooth looking swing from Max, and just was clearly getting to the basket. Is really such an impressive throw on this hole.
Let's see if Peterson can scramble here, throwing a little forehand. Seems like he got up there pretty good. Same with Nate. You know, and this basket too has a very steep drop off to the right as well. So
yeah, hard. I was gonna say hard to tell on video, but it's a very steep green. A lot of rollaways are very common on this hole.
Yeah, you almost really just want to play for that layup. It's not really one you can get aggressive on because it's kind of nerve wracking if you hit metal where it's going to drop and roll to. Yeah,
Great birdie from Jedd there.
His drive got up there that far. That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, for players of, elite distance like Jedd, Max, Nate, really good backhand throwers, this hole is reachable, but I think for most of the field, even an MPO field in the Sierra Tahoe series, most of the field will be happy with the par on this hole.
I mean, it's a bonus birdie by all means.
Yeah.
Most of these guys, Bryan with a good up and down after hitting that early tree. Max with a good par save there. All right, hole 6. I think this round we have hole 6 in the far right.
Yeah.
Correct, par 4. So this is a fairly easy par 4. I'm expecting most of the lead card to get this one here. That right gap is going to be the main gap. Jedd's going to have a little chip forehand from there.
Yeah.
Tristan trying to get aggressive. But that comes into play. Those little trees come into play when you're trying to play that forehand flex through that.
Yeah, he should have, similar to Jedd, kind of a chip sidearm up to the basket.
There you go. That's a common play right there. Throw something up there right. You're going to get caught by Manzanita. There's no way around it. And then
So that's a little too turned over.
that left gap is more the common play for the left position and the par 3 position. It kind of cuts him more off.
Yeah, you could see a guy like Max maybe getting sneaky through that left gap and getting a long look for a 2, but I think this hole just plays a little bit too far to expect to get an eagle bid.
I agree. Well, I played with Max second round when this was in the par 4 to the left, and I'm telling you, if it was in that position, that was a lefty from Peterson.
That was lefty backhand out of Peterson?
I saw that. He's been hanging out with those Reno guys, Willing and Max, too much.
Yeah, the Reno boys love to swing both ways.
They really do.
But, I mean, it's a great skill, I think, to have. I am a lefty backhand thrower, but not so much the righty.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I think it's a cool skill to develop.
I agree. And the fact that they can all do it so smooth, too. I mean, I don't think I could throw more than 80 feet with... Oh.
Yeah, warming up for the Pro-Am, I saw Max throw a lefty backhand farther than I think I can throw a lefty backhand as a left-handed person.
He's one of those people. I think he's just got the form aspect down really well and is able to switch it over into that. Good birdie from Tristan.
Yeah, you can tell by the way Max throws that he has like he's like thought about the backhand form a lot. I feel like, you know.
Ooh.
Really disappointing miss from Nate there.
That's a tough one to see.
Yeah, one of those that could maybe catch. These baskets are a little bit older, but I don't know.
Fingers crossed, new baskets will hopefully be on this course by this tournament next season. So
yeah. Yeah, we're working on integrating ourselves into the South Tahoe Disc Golf Association and
getting some things moving. Yeah,
I don't know. You've been pushing for powder blue baskets on this course, which
I have some powder blue Mach 7s.
I think would be nice.
Yeah, I think we're looking forward to it. It's been slowly talked about recently. So. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I remembered hearing that while we were on Hole 8's tee pad on Chase Card. But
I think I did, but I could have swore that it was Tristan who almost does the same thing. Great shot.
Yeah.
Hole 7, clearly a dominant forehand hole. Max.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Does not like the forehand. He's going lefty.
Here we go with the lefty.
And that looks great. In previous years, Max used to throw the spike hyzer over the right, which you really don't see that often.
No, yeah, I mean the spike hyzer over the. Oh my God.
Peterson too. This is crazy. I didn't know Peterson, and that's a great shot.
Beautiful.
That's a great shot too.
Great.
I've never seen that from him.
Yeah, I didn't know Peterson was a ambidextrous player at this point. Really impressive stuff out of anybody who's been able to learn how to do that well enough to pull it out in an actual tournament. That's impressive.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
And Max and Peterson are both parked.
Yeah, great grouping of drives from all these competitors.
Yeah, this is sort of the first hole of like the Birdie Alley, the stretch of easier holes in this course that you want to start actually scoring.
Yeah.
But I'd say this hole can be a little tricky. You have to actually hit a gap on this hole.
Yeah, it's an easy hole, but I mean you have to wash all those nerves away and hit that line and
hit a line. You've been throwing all these power shots the past few holes. Now you step up to just like a 300-foot regular hole.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
that was
you've got to control your disc.
Yeah, great star frame on that hole.
Yeah, a couple lefties, a couple forehands. I'm not sure if anybody threw a backhand turnover, but.
All right, hole 8's just it's a shorty. It gets tricky on the green. A lot of times you will see people throw it right next to the basket, and it will stand up and roll 50 feet down that hill.
Yeah, another rocky green. Very steep, easy. You see a lot of rollaways on this hole.
Yeah. Max going long with a berg there.
Yeah, I think
something.
Sort of the safe play that we saw out of Tristan and Jedd was just sort of fading off right a little bit early. So there's kind of a flatter spot to the right of the basket where you'll always have a birdie putt and you sort of mitigate some of the danger of the rocks.
Yeah, I know personally I go backhand turnover with a mid-range and just try and slide it up towards that big rock that's behind the basket. And Usually there's enough pine needles up there, it kind of slides down to it a little bit. See, this does not prove how scary this putt is.
I was gonna say it kind of looks like Jedd's like 7 feet tall from this angle.
That is a terrifying. It is nothing but a drop off right
Yeah.
behind that basket.
Yeah, and just a little uncommitted there.
Yeah, good putt from Tristan.
Yeah.
Really? And Jedd honestly benefited not rolling away. I feel like this basket, regardless from a drive or a putt, you hit metal and drop to the ground, and you're crossing your fingers hoping that that thing doesn't start rolling away.
Yeah, but tough. That's a tough miss from Jedd. He had that putt to go 6 down through 8.
Which is an incredible start to that. Yeah.
Great start, but Tristan shredding as well. Sort of developing into a 2-horse race here between Tristan and Jedd. Everybody else 4 strokes back.
I think me and Jimmy can vouch that none of us were doing a whole lot on chase card either.
Yeah, chase card, we were having really chill vibes.
we had a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Zach Heitzenrader, our catch cam operator, sort of unofficially following us.
Yeah. Big shout out to Zach, too. I know he was playing this event and had come down with an injury, and then for him to step up and do catch cam for Jason, and help out with premium was awesome. So huge shout out to him. Big thank you for that.
Yeah.
Having a catch cam always makes this coverage a little bit better.
Yeah. And yeah, this course is a real hike. You can see from this hole, we're up on a mountain, we're looking down at the lake.
I mean, look at that view. Who gets that?
You gotta have your head on a swivel, dude. It's easy to get distracted by these views and then walk into a rock, slip, sprain your wrist.
Zach, we hope you're doing okay. Thank you for all your work this weekend.
Shout out to Zach.
We appreciate you. We really do.
Helped to elevate the vibes on chase card for sure, because we were not shooting 5 down through 8 holes. So.
We were not. We kept telling him to turn the camera on for us, but he wasn't getting paid for that.
Yeah. We were telling him to turn the camera on for funny things that we were saying.
Absolutely.
Not for good shots.
Absolutely. There you go, Max.
Yeah.
Picking up with his putting, a little bit slow on the green to start with, but looks like he's getting it back together. Good putt from Peterson. Interesting, good tap in.
Great tap in.
Yeah, Tristan. It looks like Tristan was the only one that got those 3. We call that Birdie Alley, hole 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
are 3 that are mandatory after coming off of a tough 6 holes to play that Jedd made look very easy. We got some people doing some things.
1-stroke ball game, but at the top.
Yeah,
through 9 holes,
and then it looks like everyone else were kind of fighting for a third. So. Yeah, great shooting between these guys. Tristan with the hot round so far. And let's go check out the back 9, see how this finishes out.